All right. So we're on.
We'll come up with a goddamn name, and we'll come up with a...
It's not.
I think
It's not the Four Horsemen. Because
Welcome to the Four Horsemen.
Not the name because
all right.
we're
There.
all married men.
Yeah,
There's
we
only
are.
3 of us. There's a lot of problems with that name, and I feel like that's too generic of a name.
Yeah, that's why I like the
Also-
Killer Threes.
The Killer 3 is a little inside. I don't know why that's a little inside compared to other names of the possibilities. I'm okay with. I don't know, a more off the wall kind of a name. More, but like I said,
You want to
like I
go
said,
with Off the Wall? That's the name. Off the Wall.
I think no, that's more of a.
Hi, I'm Grant. By the way, I'm Grant.
Oh, are we doing? Oh, we're go.
Are we doing real names?
Hold on,
Like,
go.
Hi,
wait.
my name's not Grant.
Yeah.
You're the guy in the center. I feel like you should actually start us
Yeah, you.
All right,
yeah.
so
in
let's-
some way. So,
So this is not Grant, and
Not
that's
Grant.
and that's not Julian,
hi.
and I'm sure as shit not Greg.
Yep.
Right.
All right. Now that you got that out the way, we're gonna sit here and talk about the shit we always talk about, and that's some wrestling.
And I'm gonna get this out of the way too. I feel like that this is gonna turn into. I'm just gonna make Julian try to convince me on why I need to start watching wrestling again.
Oh, we the Threebirds.
I
The
once
Threebirds?
had- I once
We're
had-
the Threebirds.
for
Yeah.
6
The
episodes.
Fabulous Threebirds.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's look it up.
Look it up.
The Fabulous Threebirds. That actually,
That's not bad.
shit.
Yeah, that's all right.
Fuck, that came out of nowhere, like
All right.
just off the text.
We're gonna.
Nope.
It's gonna be cool. So
That
instead
is
of
what we are right now.
We are the
sweet.
Fabulous
As of
Threebirds.
right now,
Fabulous
we're the Fabulous
Threebirds.
Threebirds.
Heck yeah! So Confederate flag shirt
No,
on its way, guys.
no.
You ready? All right.
All right.
Do you want to do an actual introduction?
Yeah, welcome to the Fabulous Threebirds.
I'm not Grant.
And I'm not Greg.
And I am not Julian.
Are you sure?
No.
Welcome back. We are the Fabulous Threebirds. I'm not Greg.
I'm not Grant.
And the silence is he's not Julian. You know why? Because he's not here and he set the goddamn time. So I don't know exactly what 7 Eastern means anymore, but clearly it actually doesn't mean 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Do we know where he's at?
No, not at all. Not at all. We don't know what.
Yeah, because he made sure to say Eastern. So
Yeah, we want to make sure that we got the time right. I mean, we're coming off of SummerSlam, and it was one of the most amazing SummerSlams in recent history. And I'm telling you right now, I was all ready for it. And he's like, "Yeah, let's do it, and we're gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome." And what does he call our fans? Like what?
the bird,
God damn
the
it.
bird nights, maybe.
Yeah, God damn it. Yeah, so all of our followers and fans and people who enjoy the podcast, yeah, we were ready to discuss this and go into depth and tell you what we like and don't like. We're still going to do it. And eventually, if he shows up, I just want you to give him a whole lot of shit on Instagram and on Twitter. Like, give him shit like, I want nice of you to show up to work today. You know, I mean, really? I mean, he was the main one blowing up about Grant's contract. That's the thing.
Yeah. See, this is why I go and get myself a contract, because I am saving myself from this type of bullshit.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
I
It's
still want to
absolutely
get
amazing.
paid.
Well, and that's the thing. He basically was like, well, since we're going to take the blah, blah, blah and the blah, 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 and we're going to split it. And what now he's the one setting the time and not even showing up.
Yeah.
So folks, if you want to know, what's really going on, because I know you're like, you guys just have weird recording hours. Yeah, lately we have. Yeah, because we're trying to squeeze all of this in. I mean, you know, we're on different time zones, different areas, yada yada, and we're trying to squeeze it all in. And then the person that sets the time is not here.
Here, I'm gonna do one of these for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Ready? There you go.
Okay, there it is. Now we in the ballpark. All right, so
Julian's pissed me off enough already.
oh shit, here we go.
I can say that this SummerSlam was better than 1992. If he's listening.
Oh, there it is. Shots fired. So I was just gonna say this SummerSlam was amazing. This SummerSlam was amazing. But here's the fan in me. So, like every other fan, because if you get on social media, if you get on like Twitter or Instagram, every other fan in the world is sitting there going, "Oh my God, Triple H's hands were all over this. We love him," and all this other shit. And quite frankly, I don't know if this was written before all that shit took place. I don't know if it was a rewrite, but if it wasn't him, that's hilarious. I hope he's sitting at home going, Jesus Christ, they love me so damn much. They think that shit was me. But it looks like, from the type of things that happened in this SummerSlam, that it could be him. Like he studies the game. He studies the stories, like actually telling a story beyond sitting here writing a scripted piece of paper and say, here, read this in front of the camera next to the interviewer who really has no point. He actually understands, the subtle things about it and planting seeds and stuff like that. And I'll go into depth about planting seeds because I think, and this is me looking into my crystal ball for the future based on something I saw a while ago. And if it's true, it's true. If it's not, and it was dirt sheet shit, I'm sorry, I apologize. But yeah, getting into something like it started. I don't know why I like the outdoor thing, but I like the outdoor thing. I think I like the outdoor thing is because it breaks the monotony of everything being indoors.
Yeah, it's something new. Excuse me. It's something new, and it just always makes it feel bigger because they do try to light those arenas. I give them credit for that. And it's not just a dark arena, but outside during the day, it just makes it feel like a bigger event and you're not used to seeing it. So yeah, I don't want to see it all the time, but that's what makes you like, do you remember when they had the Royal Rumble in the baseball stadium like a couple years back for the first time? Like San Antonio or whatever.
Right, yeah.
Like that did, like, you're so used to seeing Royal Rumbles, in an arena, and then seeing that just made it feel more special to me.
Yeah, I think when they do it right, and then you have that structure, that big ass structure where they put the 4 screens all around so people all over the stadium can see. I mean, it just adds to the look. It adds to the pageantry of it. Like the overall thing. What I did not like and what I noticed all night long, damn, that entrance ramp was too fucking long.
Yeah, that's, I mean, if the thing that I'm gonna nitpick, like they're so down, they're so far down, like how good this show was, but there's little things I'll nitpick, and the ramp is one of them. Like they didn't need that curve, and I'm sure it is to sell more seats and give more of an open area. And I don't know the logistics of the of the stadium. It was a baseball stadium again, right?
Yeah, no, I think that was the football stadium. Was it? I think that was where the Titans play.
Oh, okay.
I got to double check. Yeah, I got to double check.
Yeah, I mean, and you and I work in the business of like, if you don't know, don't say anything about it. Like they could have had a logistical nightmare making that ramp, straight on, but like it was too long. And like Becky took her goddamn time, Bailey did. The Profits made fucking those cheerleaders run. Oh, the one thing I want to bring up, I would have never have noticed had my wife not said something. Did you see, like, I forget what match it was. I think it was the Corbin one. When Corbin came out, there was a dude dressed in full Joker makeup.
No, are you serious?
There is a guy. Okay, so there's a guy dressed in full Joker makeup that all of a sudden, like, he was in the camera, like he was screaming at Baron Corbin, like way more than a fan should be. And then they took his ass out. Like, I don't know where they made a move or what, but he was only there for like one entrance. But I didn't know if you noticed that or not.
No, I got to go back now and got to see it. Hopefully they don't block that out because that's fucking amazing.
Oh, he was ridiculous. He was annoying. Like all you could do was look at him, and I was just like, I really hope that they move him. And then I think by the next entrance, like he was already gone.
Oh yeah, they probably moved his ass way up to the top too.
Yeah,
like if you're gonna be like that, here you go. Here's your new seat.
Yeah,
and a fucking t-shirt. How about that?
and a fucking Dolph Ziggler t-shirt.
Right. You get this free Dolph Ziggler t-shirt. We just needed the space for television. Sorry. So yeah, okay. So let's get into it. The Becky Bianca match, right?
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
Obviously, they've wrestled so many times before, and it's almost to the point of, okay, are we going to see this again? We know what this looks like, and quite frankly, the end of it should have been, I guess, um, WrestleMania. But I think they put a good little twist because this is actually the beginning of it. SummerSlam last year is when the whole 26-second debacle actually happened and got social media up in an uproar. And
Oh, I was pissed.
oh yeah, I know I was sitting there going, wow, you spent all this time building this new talent up and then you squash her. Like you squash her for returning talent. Now, Becky is a lister. So again,
Yeah,
who
she
I
could have
think is
lost
the
to
top of the heat.
she
Top of
could
the
have
heat.
lost to Carmella, you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what I'm saying. Like she's a lister, so I'm not saying that she shouldn't have maybe beat Bianca. I'm saying the whole 26 seconds I didn't understand unless they're going to say the 26 seconds was part of the plan leading up to this. I don't believe it was. That's just me personally. I believe
I
that
don't think it was either.
yeah, I believe that backlash was real and they heard it and they went, "Oh, shit, Jesus Christ. I didn't know it was going to be like that." And they
Yeah.
did whatever they did to scramble to fix it. But I don't believe that initially this was the plan. So coming all the way a year later, this match in the making for this to be the end all be all, I understood it. I think they got into it, kind of rushed some things early. I think the nerves, when I say nerves, I don't think these ladies are literally nervous to the degree in which they can't perform. They've had this match several times. So
Yeah.
I just think the excitement and the adrenaline was going when I say they were rushing. I think the adrenaline was pumping. So they kind of started zipping through things pretty fast. And then finally the rhythm happened. It started to slow down. So I was like, okay, now everybody settled in. So now we're going to get the match that we like they thought they were going to give us. Midway through, I don't know what part I saw it, but I noticed the shoulder spot, like something happened and Becky was basically holding that shoulder. And I remember
Yeah.
telling my son, I'm like, I think she either popped her shoulder out. Like I told him this. I said, I think she either popped her shoulder out or something. She took a bump where that shoulder is bothering her because she is now like a different person in that ring and that shoulder is a thing. And every time she hit the mat, you could tell that shoulder was bothering her. It wasn't a selling type thing. Like you could tell a little bit. I mean, the good ones, you could tell when they're kind of selling it and want you to pay attention to a certain body part or whatever
Yeah.
like that. But like this was more of a wince. Like every time she hit, she winced, and that's a reaction thing. When you wince in pain, that's a literal reaction to the pain. That has
Well,
nothing
yeah,
to do with anything.
you
Yeah,
can't help it.
you
I mean,
cannot help it.
it's the same as when you saw Roman pop his shit out at WrestleMania. Like he was holding that arm completely different.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like that, and I was like, I think something's up with the arm. So we're steady going through the match, and she, they doing the top rope spots, and I'm like, okay. Every time she lands, I'm like, okay, something is up. So here we go. We finally get to the finish, where the ref is about to count out Becky,
Becky, yeah.
and she hops up and jumps into the ring.
Out of fucking nowhere, she's dead, and then she pops out of nowhere in less than a second somehow.
Right, and hops into the ring, and you see the frustration. I'm like, okay, so they got through that, and then now they're into the false finish, real finish type deal. And when she gave her the final KOD and rolled up to basically pin her,
Yeah.
Bianca is moving every which way on her. Like she's pinning her, but she's got happy feet.
Well, that's what she does, man. Like I think
Yeah.
like she did it with Sasha. Like anytime it's a big match and Bianca gets really emotional about it, she'll sit there. Like you can tell that she's gonna win because she does that fucking like rocking thing on top of her opponent.
Yeah, she's literally rocking. I'm like, you got to kind of be still, right?
Yeah.
But so she did that, and I looked at Becky's face, and again, it was the pain. So I was like, okay, maybe they got out a little bit early. Maybe it was supposed to go a little bit longer. I couldn't really tell,
Mm.
but so she rolls out of the ring, Bianca's celebrating and everything, and here's where the fans go, Triple H is all over this.
Oh, this is when I lost my shit, man. I've been waiting for this moment for a year, it seems like.
Yeah, we've been speculating it for God knows how long, even before we started doing this podcast. And I mean, we're like, what, 15, 16 weeks in to doing this show.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it at the beginning. What will they do when Bailey comes back? We were trying to figure it out. And so
And it's something new, man. I like it.
yeah, the music hits and it's not because I remember you said, what they're going to probably do is bring her back as the hugger. And I was like, God, I hope not.
Well,
Like,
I still commit to saying that will eventually happen.
okay, she'll
When
go
this
back to
whole-
that.
Yeah, when the whole ding dong hello runs out and like they need a good guy, like it's gonna be her redemption time of like you're gonna hear the music, you're gonna see the Bailey buddies, and she's gonna be hugging people again. But I don't think that the ding dong hello has ran its course yet.
No, I think it's just getting started.
Yeah.
I think and she did it without a mic. So like how I look at this is she comes out, the music comes out, everybody knows who the hell she is, and everybody's like, Jesus, now we're talking. Like, it's Bailey. And then, she's at the, pointing at the ring, ding dong, hello, remember me? But you don't have her with a mic like it's staged. You have her talking and you have like camera mics picking it up. I thought that was freaking great because that shows, okay, this is not a staged event. Even if they planned the whole fucking thing, this piece looks like, okay, I decided I wanted to walk my ass out here and I just want you to see who the hell I am and I'm coming for your belt. Then all of a sudden, more music hits. Wait, what? What's going on?
Who can that be?
So it's your girl Dakota. Now,
Which fucking blew. It confused me for a second because Dakota doesn't work for WWE anymore, as far as I know.
Right, and see, so basically, and that's where everybody's like, "Well, this is Triple H all over." Because
I mean, that was my first comment. Was just like, okay, he's running this fucking show then.
Yeah, because when they removed him from Power because of his health scare, they made sure after they removed him to completely wipe everybody that he basically touched or created or helped push or whatever. They basically got him out of Dodge. They released them all. And Dakota Kai is one of those talents that they released. So when you saw her, you just go, Jesus, did he call everybody and go, what are you doing?
We're getting the band back together.
We're getting the band back together. We're going to do some things here. It's going to be great. We're going to call it the Black and Gold Reunion. No one knows yet.
Like, can we get a better name? Like, no, that's what it is right now.
No, Black and Gold Reunion Tour. I'm just saying, we're starting in Nashville. We're going to work our way around the country. So,
does anybody have Adam Cole's phone number?
I don't think you can get him. I think I can get him.
Oh, well, I can get him.
Meanwhile, Johnny Gargano is like, I think I have it, Hunter.
Thanks, Johnny.
Thanks, Johnny.
I'll call you later, I guess.
Hey, good seeing you again.
Ciampa's just in the corner, all sad.
So, yeah, it was weird. So now here's my thing. All right, now this is my nitpick, and I said this earlier. This show, as much as I give WWE shit for their pay-per-views and the direction of their shows for the past couple of years, especially on Monday Night Raw, this show brings back all these people. And so the graphic on the big screen, which the camera guy is catching, he's catching the person and the actual screen. So the graphic that's rolling, the playback, is the name of the person that just walked out for everybody in the cheap seats. It clearly says Io Shirai. The commentators and the color folks are literally like, oh my God, it's Io Sky. And I'm like, we all know her as Io Shirai. We watched her in NXT as Io Shirai, and your freaking graphic says Io Shirai. And you're like, no, it's Io Sky. And I'm like, who did this?
I mean,
who changed the name?
I mean, and they can get around that. I mean, we'll see where they go. Like, see if they stick with EO Sky.
But it's like the Viking Experience.
Well, yeah, they couldn't get their shit straight with that for a while. They changed that name and then fucked up that, like, Corey would fuck that name up and then apologize. Like,
yeah, because it didn't need to be fucked with. Like, it was the fucking Viking Raiders. Like, it did not need to be messed with. And the mere fact that you're like, it's the Viking Experience, and you're like, what does that mean? like what is that? A shoe? A video game? What is that? Like, you did not understand it because you just saw those folks on NXT. Like, was it? Well,
they already had their name changed for NXT, and the name was fine.
They were War Machine, right?
They're War Machine, and I'm guessing, I have no idea, but they changed it because they had heavy machinery.
That could be.
So they got rid of the machine name, which is fine. And then they changed it like 2 or 3 more times when they got up to Raw. Like, I don't know why. What was it down at NXT? The War Raiders?
The War Raiders, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Fucking stop changing it.
Yeah, it was literally War Raiders, and I'm like, okay, now it's Viking Raiders, then Viking Experience. I'm like, just stop. Like, most of these NXT folks, what Triple H did well was he was able to get you to care about these people, and they're also recognizable. Like, I know who I'm looking at. You don't have to make up a name and start all new the way you used to do back in the day when it was, Isaac Yankem DDS, and he becomes freaking Kane. Like, you don't have to do that. He
becomes fake Diesel. Give him credit's due.
Yeah, he's fake Diesel first, and then he becomes Kane. But I'm just saying, like, you don't have to go through that whole process when, they have already created this thing. Like, Io Shirai has been the NXT Women's Champion. It's the same title Asuka had.
And she beat Charlotte too, didn't she? Like, she beat a name.
Yeah. So you can't just, you can, but it just makes no sense to go through that great a length. So that's my only knock on the night, because, I kind of want to see where this goes. So they come out, they do their thing. And so I guess my only other knock is not Becky, Bianca. Every time Bianca's put in that spot, like you said, she gets very excited. She gets very giddy. She almost turns back into a little girl fan.
Yeah.
She's in the ring smiling. Welcome back. Great to see you. Oh my God. And you're like, no, you're supposed to be worried. Yeah. You're supposed to be like, why the fuck are you here? You're stepping on my moment. It's supposed to be a different thing. And Dakota comes out, she's still cheesing and smiling. And then Io comes out, she's still smiling. It's not till they all three are walking to the ring where she goes, this might go bad. Like, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the story, is that, like, she was fine until they came to the ring. But I mean, no matter what, you're right. Like, if I was a champ and I saw 3 people come out, obviously they're not coming out to say congratulations.
No. Especially when they got to walk that far.
Yeah. So I mean, Bailey's wearing the all white. She's walking wherever she wants to. Right. But yeah, I mean, and maybe that's, I don't know why she was cheesing, but maybe that, I mean, we know the moment happened to get her and Becky in the ring together.
Right. Which is the turn that they decided that they want to do, which is fine, because you got to figure out what you want to do with Becky in the whole quote unquote heel face thing. You shouldn't have made her a heel because the crowd didn't want her to be a heel just yet. It was almost like when Austin became the corporate Austin. Like,
yeah,
we weren't ready for him to shake Vince McMahon's hand and be on his side. Like, I don't give a shit what someone tells you, well, that's where they needed to go to progress the story. Bullshit. Like, he could have wailed on the Rock with chairs and drank beer and poured beer on him and walked out without shaking Vince McMahon's hand. So
yeah, I think that was the big deal, right? It was just that you don't want to see him shake that hand.
yeah, not with the history that they had and everything that they've gone through. You don't, they can't be best buddies. Sorry, this can't happen. And I think that was the same thing with Becky. The crowd, the fans were like, we don't want to hate her. Why are you trying to force us to hate Becky? Like, we're good here. Like, she's good, we're good. we like her the way she is. Yeah.
And usually they backtrack on that. Like, if you remember when Seth came back and they made Seth a bad guy, like, the crowd let him know very quickly that Seth is not a bad guy anymore.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
and they switched it up when, he became, what is it, the Kingslayer by that point. But like, at first, Seth was an asshole for like a month.
Yeah, and they were like, no, you're not. Because they would rather him be a sneaky weasel. See, it's different when Seth's a sneaky weasel than when he's an asshole. You know what I mean?
The crowd can't figure it out. It's like, well, don't be an asshole. And it's like, well, then Seth is a smiling good guy. And it's like, well, we don't want that either. And it's like, well, then fucking what do you want out of him?
What do you want him to do? Help me help you. Because I don't understand what you're trying to accomplish here. Yeah, I think it was interesting to see. I actually thought, because they were bringing so many people out, I was like, shit, do we get a Charlotte return tonight? Like, I actually for a split second was like, oh, I hope Charlotte gets in this ring with Bianca and Becky. Oh, that would be so fucking amazing.
They might be saving her for Liv. Like, they got to tell the Ronda story first, and then that's when Charlotte's like, the only reason why you're champ is because I wasn't here.
Right. I go away and this is what happens.
Yeah.
Like Charlotte could really help Liv, believe it or not. She could really help Liv and actually legitimize her reign as women's champ without delegitimizing how she got the belt. She could delegitimize the whole company's actions, but she doesn't have to make the belt seem like it's not worth it anymore. She's going to still make the belt worth it. And then she's going to go, wow, kid, you really lucked up.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. But you wouldn't have had that luck with me. I mean, Charlotte's the only one that could walk in a room and go, yeah, Ronda has always had pinning issues.
Let's say, they need Charlotte to come back to shit on Ronda.
Yeah, like, she could do it, and then bam. So I think I think at this stage it's fine. I know for a fact, like tonight, I mean, when we're recording this, we're about a half hour away from Raw starting. But tonight, I'm just going to speculate here because obviously I don't want to turn it on while we're doing the show here. I think maybe more people show up. Did you possibly see, before we continue with SummerSlam, did you see the thing I sent you? I don't know if it's actually true, so maybe we should.
Well, they were talking about this before SummerSlam, but with Naomi and Sasha.
Yeah. So if that's true and they reworked the deal, is that a Hunter influence?
Well, I don't know if it's a Hunter influence so much as less of a Vince influence. Like, I think you might start seeing this with a couple people of like, wait, he's gone. And right. I mean, it depends on how much influence he still has.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying that Sasha had a problem with Vince. You see what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't think Sasha and Naomi had a problem with Vince. I think, if anything, he was more disappointed and was like, okay, well, if that's the way we want to play it. But I don't think there was a serious problem. So when I say a Triple H influence, I'm not trying to say that he's the savior of everybody, as if Vince was this horrible, horrible thing. I just think by this time, Vince's creative side, as much as as much as he's given creatively to this company, I think the company needed a fresh set of eyes. And Triple H was that fresh set of eyes in that particular role that they squashed because NXT basically didn't beat out AEW. I think they took it out on him when technically they weren't in a head-to-head competition. Like even when this started, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start watching AEW to see where they're going with this. I want to see them get their footing. I mean, this is back. I mean, the Dream was still part of NXT. Like, so I mean, they were rocking and rolling. It wasn't like they were on some type of slide and they were down. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this because I want to see what they're doing. Once I saw what they were doing, the first thing I sat there and was like, well, clearly this is not a developmental program. Like it's not what NXT. Every time I looked at NXT, I went, this is a developmental program. This is where these guys figure out how to do whatever the characters are that they're going to try to do for the rest of their lives, or learn the concept of characters. So when they get their character changed, they can actually work within the system and do whatever they do. Like I look at NXT like that, and then I go, wow, these guys are better than I thought, meaning they're ahead of schedule for what they should be doing. Like we saw Montez Ford 5-6 years ago in NXT, and I went, that guy is going to be the next single star.
Yeah.
Like you can see when somebody's kind of not necessarily the teacher's pet of the class, but they are ahead of everybody. Like this person gets it a lot faster than the rest of the class.
Yeah, when they gave me, and like I know he was established beforehand, but I remember the first match I watched with Andrade and just how impressed I was with him.
Yeah.
But I would have never have seen an Andrade unless it was for NXT, you know?
Right. And that's what I knew it was. So I never thought it was fair that it was like, oh, the program was on Wednesday. So the other program was on Wednesday. So they're doing a head-to-head on the program and they lost. Nah. They didn't lose. AEW basically supposedly had professionals. And these guys are rookies trying to learn how to be professionals. You're supposed to win. It's like literally, the 96 Bulls are not supposed to lose against like Lincoln Tech High School.
Yeah.
Sorry, they're not.
I'll go with the what is it, Michigan and Appalachian State.
But see, Appalachian, exactly. That wasn't supposed to happen.
No, like that's why I still I don't even really watch football and I know about it. Still remember it.
Yeah, but I'm saying even on that, even on the Appalachian State debacle, at the end of the day, they're still on the same plane. They're still a college program. Now, one college program is way better and have better facilities, but they're both college programs.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. NXT is not a it's professional wrestling, but I'm saying it's not that level. It's supposed to be the training. So I'm looking at it as what it is. And the mere fact that they did well with the people, now they go, well, they had people who've been wrestling for years. Okay. But they still hadn't been wrestling professionally for years. They've been wrestling independently.
Yeah. I mean, it's AEW is like, for the most part, when they first started, were independent wrestlers. Right. And I feel that even if you can make that fight of, well, NXT, Triple H started gobbling up all the independent, it's like, well, he grabbed all the independent wrestlers and taught them.
Right. What he was supposed to, which is what that was for.
Yeah, you can say that WWE doesn't build stars. Like, I mean, maybe a Braun Strowman, but they're not plucking people from nothing and teaching them how to be wrestlers. Like, very often they're trying, but it's very rare to get that success story. But the amateur or the independent wrestlers, I'll say that, they're good. You know, they're almost there. They just need polished, I feel. And that's what NXT was doing.
Yeah, because I'm a case in point. Triple H saw the Revival, FTR, and was like, oh, yeah, there's something in these guys.
Yeah.
Like FTR.
They were fine when they were down there.
They're fine now. Like the stuff they're doing with the Briscoes. Oh, my God.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying that usually for the most part, everybody's fine as long as they stay in that NXT level.
Down in NXT. Yeah. As soon as they go to the main roster, that's when, quote unquote, Vince got his hands on them.
Yeah,
Like,
KO might be one. If Finn didn't get hurt, maybe he would have done something. But there's not many. I say that, and you have, Roman was an NXT and Seth was an NXT, so it can happen. They don't do something ridiculous to everybody, but it's the same as you and I were just talking about. Like Karrion Kross should have been a fucking layup.
Yeah.
And they overthought it, and then somehow he just disappears,
Yeah, Karrion Kross, with that intro alone, if you're talking about quote unquote big intros and entrance music and big the whole pageantry of it, which is a Vince thing, like his intro alone with his wife was absolutely amazing. Shouldn't have been touched. Shouldn't have been messed with.
No, and he looks the part. He's the big guy. Like, he can work. He has the, what's the word? You can watch him, like the intensity.
Yeah.
And
now,
for some reason it was like, oh, we're going to change his name. Oh, now we're going to change his gimmick. And it's like, huh?
We're going to put this mask, this thing on him. We're going to make him look like He-Man. And like, you go,
like,
wait.
what? No, just be all fucking dark and let your wife come out. And like, she even has a performance. Like, she's not even in the match. And she's the one leading you out. Like, the first thing you see is this beautiful woman doing what she's doing. And it's like, what, we're going to take her away now? We're going to put this mask on you? Like,
yeah. And you go, for what?
Yeah.
What just,
yeah,
what
for
just
no reason. Yeah. It's not like that there was a point to it. It was just like, yeah, well, you could use some sprucing up. And it's like, no, you don't need that.
So I think Triple H has a little bit, obviously, more freedom to sit there and be like, I'm gonna let this stuff play out. This is like, I want to see when I do my replay of Raw tonight, I want to see more people show up. I want to see maybe some people brought back. Just because,
I don't think it's going to happen quick.
Well, again, I'm kind of with you. I don't think you're going to get all of it in this big lump sum, but I'm just, as the fan in me is like, please give it to me all in this big lump sum. I can't wait to see what happens today, because today coming into today, like, that crowd should be hot as shit coming. They should be on a high from Saturday, ready to go, hoping that they see somebody. Like, in their minds right now, people are sitting there going, who haven't I seen in like a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months?
Yeah.
Like, who's been missing?
Because, well, speaking of that, fucking, where are the Viking Raiders?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people that you just, like, you realize that just aren't on TV anymore, but like, I don't think they got let go.
No, they haven't gotten let go. So
where's Apollo Crews? Is Apollo Crews still there?
No, he's in NXT. They moved him back down.
Oh, he's back down. Okay.
Yeah, they put him back down, which I don't think is a bad idea for him, because at the time, where do you have him? I mean, the whole African king thing, Well,
I thought it was ridiculous, but I think it's ridiculous just because all of a sudden, I know that we're wrestling fans and we're asked to do a lot, but like, when you give somebody an accent out of nowhere,
yeah.
Like, if they start off with one like a Lana or a Kofi or something like that, and then they drop it, I don't think it's that bad compared to, wait, that motherfucker wasn't Nigerian the other day.
Yeah, he wasn't Nigerian, no part of Nigerian the other day. And yet he's still.
And it's like,
where the hell did this happen? And why does everything he wear looks like it's out of Black Panther? Like, what is.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, it's very close to being racist too. Of like, well, what would a Nigerian prince or whatever the fuck he was wear? And it's like, I don't know, just throw this shit on him.
Yeah. So I like I said, I think it works better for him down there, the same way it worked better for Mandy down there. I think Mandy being down there is the best thing that could happen to her.
And I thought it was great when they took Finn back down there.
Well, yeah, and Finn going back down there wasn't necessarily more on Finn, was more on Jesus. We have nothing for you creatively. Like, unless you're going to be the demon more times out of not, there's nothing up here the way in the direction of which we're going. There's nothing up here for you. And I rather you be working than not working, like sitting at home. So I could see why Finn went back down there. I could see why Dolph Ziggler went back down there. Same thing with Dolph. They pay Dolph to basically sit at home or literally get people ready. Like
Yeah.
he makes anybody look good. So I can see why, you know, Dolph goes down there, gets some notoriety, you know, lets everybody know, yeah, I can go up and beat up on the little kids. You know, senior in the freshman practice.
Yeah.
I used to hate that. When the varsity kids used to show up to freshman practice, you're like, why are you here? Yeah, of course you're gonna block my shot.
So yeah, to beat up on you.
Yeah, but I can see the whole point of it. You know, it does help you get a little bit better once you realize that they're not, you know, some of them are just being assholes, but not everybody's being an asshole. They're trying to show you like, hey, this is the type of competition that you're going to face now in this type of division. So you might as well get used to it now. Get used to like trying to get that shot off in front of me. Like get used to trying to get by me, because there's more kids that are like me than that are like you. So you might as well get used to it now. So I get it. But you know, like I hope I see somebody come today, because like getting back into SummerSlam, every match, even though I was not interested in the people in the match, like I didn't care about Lashley and Theory. I didn't care about
There was Judgment Day of the Mysterios that I wasn't too excited
Judgment
about.
Day and Mysterio. Yeah, I didn't care about that. But the match itself was not bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, at least it didn't drag. Like, there was not a match that I thought, even the Miz and Logan Paul.
Yeah, that match was fine too. And you got some gaga with it, with the with Ciampa getting kicked out. And then I was yelling, I was like, Maurice is still out there. Why isn't she fucking helping him? And then she jumped in, like, and then the whole Logan jumping off the top rope thing, like it was all good.
So yeah, so like it's one of those things where you go, wow, everything seems to be going well, and then you get to Liv and Ronda. And you know, I'm not dumping on Liv Morgan. Like there's a lot of people that dump on Liv Morgan because
I'm included on that list, but I can say that this is one of the better performances I've seen out of her.
Yeah, and I see she's getting better.
Yeah, and I think that what it was that in my mind, nothing told me this, but in my mind, I was like, she's not losing that belt tonight. So then the match became, well, Ronda's going to beat the ever living shit out of her, as Ronda should do.
Right.
But how is Liv going to get out of it? And it changed the match for me a little bit, of watching, like, instead of a wrestling match, you're watching a person just try to survive.
Right. And that's where I was going like, how is she going to survive this? And who's going to come and help her? Like, my thing is, who was the person that was going to distract Ronda Rousey enough that Liv can get out of this with the disqualification and keep that belt or something like that?
Yeah.
Because I knew they were going to build it up, and rightfully so. Ronda Rousey could destroy Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Like,
and I think we all know that, like, whether this is scripted or not, like, we know that there is no reason to make Liv look strong against Ronda. It's not believable.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well just be like, okay, suspend all belief, and you know what, Ronda Rousey, Top Gun flight, she's a Top Gun pilot too, and while we're at it, she was in Star Wars, and like, you might as well just start making shit up on the spot, because everybody knows she could literally destroy her in a real shoot fight. Like, it's no contest. So I got what they were trying to do. I knew it was going to be a survival thing. I just thought it was going to be a survival with help. So the way they pulled this off, and if you haven't seen it yet and you're listening to this podcast, there's a big spoiler alert right now. Ronda Rousey loses. So just to let you know, if that really was your only match that you want to watch SummerSlam, I'm sorry. You need to I don't know what to tell
You
you.
need to reevaluate some things if that's why you're watching SummerSlam.
Yeah,
But
if you sat there and was like, SummerSlam, who's wrestling? Hey, Liv Morgan and Ronda Rousey? Oh, yes.
get the popcorn, honey. We're gonna watch some wrestling.
I know what we're doing Saturday night. So yeah, if you're doing that, sorry
No,
for
but
you.
I was completely happy with the way that it was done too. Because that's believable. Is that Liv found herself in a spot and lucked up and won.
Right.
I
Right.
could have done without the tap, but we'll see where they go from here.
Well, the tap was interesting because they had to play the tap right. So I think they did play it right. I think from Liv's position and from Ronda's position, Ronda put her shoulders in the right position to be down, to actually have the count. Unlike when Becky did it and Ronda's shoulders weren't touching the mat at all. But Ronda's shoulders are down, and so he's counting. So I get it. And then I see Liv literally tap out because she's in so much pain. At this point, her arm is mush. So I get that too. So I think the spot itself worked very well. I don't think it translated very well in the crowd based on what they might have been seeing from camera angles. And the crowd can't hear the color.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, if you're live in that crowd kind of up a little bit, I don't think you would have known what happened there.
right. So that's
But I came off the couch, man, because like I said, I changed it to how does Liv survive this? And right before the ref started counting, I yelled. I was just like, her shoulders are down. And like I didn't know if they would play on that, and then all of a sudden it was over.
Right. But when I saw the tap, I was like, how are they gonna play this? And then Corey Graves, I don't know if again, sometimes they say things that they shouldn't say and let people or hip people to things that they probably shouldn't be hip to. And so I didn't know if it was Corey, hipping us to something that we shouldn't be privy to, or if he was just having an honest reaction. But he was like, she tapped. And you had Michael Cole over there like, oh yeah, the count of 3, Ronda loses. And then I'm like,
And see, that's the thing is that I didn't even see her tap.
See, it was fast.
I was so excited about the pin. I don't think I paid attention to anything else.
Well, you did what the ref did, look directly at Ronda's shoulders. Because if you look at the replay, of course he's supposed to do that, but he's looking straight down. He has no peripheral vision of what's happening above Ronda's shoulders. So like, I get it. I get how he could have, even if he bumbled the call or didn't know the call, I get how he's like, her shoulders are down. I have to count. Like at the end of the day, the referees got actual jobs to do, even though everything else around it is scripted to a degree. But like, he cannot not have her shoulders down and him not start a count. People would have been all over him.
And they might do the thing they've done before where the ref comes out and apologizes or whatever they need to do. Like, we're going to get another match, I feel. And maybe that's where you get your run in. Like, I would love if Shayna came down and fucked it up for her.
Well, maybe Shayna comes down and helps her. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like at this point, I'm not ready to see Ronda and Shayna go at it. I kind of want to see them go and wreck shop, almost like the Outsiders. I kind of want to see them just those two go. At the end of the day, we are better than everyone here. I will destroy anyone here. And they play the whole Hall and Nash type role where they just come in and beat the hell out of you. They're not even in matches. I want them to show up
and just start fighting
and just start like the matches. Goddamn, Natty versus what's the chick that does all the somersaults and shit, the 24/7 champ. Like that's the match. And I just want to see Shayna and Ronda come out and just destroy them both.
Yeah.
High five each other and walk away.
And that can help too, because depending on what you want to do, the crowd is so far behind Liv right now that if you took that belt off of her right now, whoever takes it off of her is gonna be booed.
Oh yeah.
So if it's Ronda and Shayna, like that's how to get Shayna back in a spotlight and then get some type of emotion towards Shayna. And then you can build on that, I feel.
Yeah, you got to make Shayna like what she was in NXT. And now that Triple H is back in charge, you might get that, which is great for Shayna. Like, this is the best thing that could happen to Shayna Baszler. Like, all she has to do is want it. She has to get ready for the ride that she's about to be on. If she's ready for this ride, God, by WrestleMania next year, I mean, Ronda could be completely out of the picture by that time. But by WrestleMania next year, Shayna Baszler could be on her way, pun intended, to the moon. Literally. Like,
that's how we gauge Triple H's influence, right? How long until Cameron Grimes shows up?
I mean, and he's not, again, Cameron Grimes is an amazing wrestler. Like, I think it was more of a when Triple H had him, and then you saw when Triple H was gone and what they did with him with all the little extra comedy, and then they shaved off the beard, and then it was just like, oh goddamn.
But if as silly as wrestling can get, if it's Cameron Grimes, like I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I don't need any more silliness, and like I'm hoping that that's something that kind of gets reeled in now with less Vince McMahon.
Yeah, because I think even if it's something that's funny to Hunter, I mean, there's a lot of things that are just funny to him.
Yeah.
But it's not that weird type funny. I mean, just listening to stories of Vince McMahon, the things that are funny to Vince McMahon are normally disturbing to everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, to a normal human being, they're just disturbing as shit. Like, Vince likes fart jokes. Vince likes not just a simple fart joke. Like, Vince, like, why don't you just smear feces all over yourself? That type of shit where you're like, you've just taken it way too far for the joke. Like,
oh, you know what there'll be? There'll be less fucking food fights, hopefully.
Yeah, that type of shit. Yeah, food fights.
It's a timeless classic. It's just always funny to watch people throw food at each other.
Yeah, it's like, okay, Vince, how long have you been watching the Three Stooges and Pies in the Face? Like, you can't recreate that. Oh, it's a knee slapper. No, like, at this stage, it's not. And quite frankly, no one wants to see it. But I guess, Vince, so that's all going away. So hopefully, you're not going to get Asuka hopping around.
Doing this. Shayna fucking eating pie.
Yeah, you're not going to get that. You're actually going to get Asuka, the real Asuka, again, which will be great. You're going to get the real Shayna Baszler again. Hopefully you get the real Ronda Rousey, the one that they tried to build up the first time around. The thing is, here's the thing about Ronda Rousey. If you really look at it, Ronda Rousey, outside of the UFC stuff, Ronda Rousey is the new age Goldberg.
Yeah.
She learned on the job. The push was what it was. She wasn't in the room demanding to be a certain way. They thrusted that type of push on her, and she had to figure it out in the ring. And she had like 4 fucking matches and then went away. Like, everything about her is on that same Goldberg trajectory. And then, if God forbid anyone gets hurt. So I think, at this stage, I think she is more of a student of wrestling than Goldberg was at that time. So
she might actually care a little bit more.
Yeah, she cares a little bit more. So they're not similar in that regard. But I mean, overall, if you're talking literally rookie to rookie type shit and being like the hottest thing, that's a Goldberg trajectory. I mean, 3-4 years ago, she was the hottest thing, and you had a Charlotte, and you had a Bayley, and you had a Sasha, but she walked in the door because she's Ronda fucking Rousey, and everybody was like, yeah. So I think it's similar in that. All I'm saying is Triple H, if he's in charge, he can make her look like $1 million like that fucking first match.
Yeah.
Her first match was her best match.
What, the one with Triple H?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, I was very surprised on how well she did. Now you're in the ring with Kurt and Triple H, so you don't have to work too much, I don't think, but she still looked great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that was her best match. Everything after that, I mean, even the three-way with Charlotte and Becky, like everything after that does not compare to that match. And that's because of the amount of influence that he had on that match. And so if he's in control of her push, I think you can make Ronda Rousey more of a Brock Lesnar type than a Goldberg type.
Yeah, it just depends on one. I feel like she has a lot of influence over, like, I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, like, they need to figure out what side she's on, because fans do like to boo her. And if that's going to keep if that's going to keep being the case, then yeah, take her down a 2014, 2015 Brock route of just like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I could eat you alive, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm going to do.
And I'm always the answer. Like, I'm always going to have the belt. And when I don't have the belt, I'll be back in a couple months when I'm ready to get it.
Right. I'd say you have her take one of those belts away with her.
Yeah.
You bring Charlotte back to claim one of those belts, and you leave the other one to Ronda, and she literally goes, all right, I'm out of here for 6 months. Peace. And take that belt with her. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Because at that point, who's going to beat her? This is a way to build up Rhea Ripley. That is how.
Yeah, I hope I'm happy that they gave her something to do, and I think it's fitting her character a little bit more than having her be fucking flip-flop and.
Yeah, but she has to work.
And
like, she has to get in the ring. Like, Rhea Ripley needs wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah, I mean, that's what they did in NXT. They showed that she knew what she was doing. And she can be a force to be reckoned with. And then why'd they take the pants off her?
They tried to make her, again, this is me. This is my assumption.
And I know this is a nitpick. This is a stupid wrestling fan nitpick, but I'm just like, where'd the pants go? She looks good.
I think this was a Laurinaitis type of, hey, we need to show more leg. I don't think that was anything else other than, I want to see a little bit more of this girl.
Yeah,
literally.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, I thought she looked more, I don't know. When she had the pants on, she looked bigger. She looked more stoic, I think.
Yeah, she looked taller.
Yeah.
Again, and she's not like towering, but the way the pants made her look, the pants helped her look towering, until she stepped in the ring with Charlotte. Then you went, oh, okay. Okay. Jesus, Charlotte, you are towering over everybody.
Well, yeah, you forget how big Charlotte is.
Yeah. She's the queen. Yes. And quite frankly, when she comes back, God help them all. Because it would be a great day. It'll be a great day.
Well, let's live in the now. We don't need Charlotte Flair right now.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, we can live in the now. So this match happened, and I just looking forward to it. As long as Liv, what Liv's title reign is to me? Liv's title reign is Jinder Mahal. Like, everybody went, we're going to put the belt on Jinder because he's going to help us with the yeah. And
the Indian market.
Well, yeah. And this is what it is. This is going to be great. But then Jinder actually started getting better and believable. And you went, fuck.
Oh yeah, dude. I couldn't stand Jinder just because I was like, I know why they're doing this. We don't need him as the champ. And then I miss him as the champ, to be honest.
Right. You went, oh my God. He's actually, I actually believe he's an A-lister. How the fuck did that, how the fuck did that happen? When obviously his wrestling ability is not A-lister. He doesn't suck, but he's not A-lister. But he was getting the gimmick over so well with his mic work and the facials and the scenarios that they were putting them in, that you sat there and you for a split second, you kind of forgot. You went, oh, wait, that is the 3MB guy, right?
Yeah. And then you're just like, oh, poor Heath Slater.
Yeah. You temporarily lose it and you go, okay. So I think that's the same thing that's happening with Liv. It's more of a, you know what? I think the longer they keep this belt on her for whatever time they're going to do it, I think she's actually going to get better and she's going to figure some things out and it's going to be okay. Like, yeah. I'm not looking at her like I look at Dana Brooke. You see what I mean? Like, I look at Dana Brooke and go, I know you're trying your best. I know you're trying your hardest and God bless you for it, but you're not.
There's sometimes where it doesn't work out, you know, like you made it there. Somebody saw something in you, but like once you get on TV, it's just not working.
Okay, folks. No. And this is making the recorded, folks. All right, what do we do here? What do we do? All right. So
what?
Julian.
Oh, I was like, did I say something about Dana Brooke?
No. He's waiting to get in.
Okay.
Do we let him in? Or do we continue this show and go? Yeah, you missed the whole thing.
Well, no. We let him in, but we gotta put him like right on the spot. Like just act like that, like I don't want to hear about what he was doing. I don't want to hear anything. I just ask him a question right when he comes in about Mysterio and Judgment Day.
Wait, here he comes.
Okay.
Let's see. Folks, this is live. We're gonna let Julian in live in the middle of the show, and we're gonna see what we get. Now, right now, his audio is connecting, so we're gonna see. We gotta let him know that the show is going on, and so you don't hear anything crazy. But we're gonna jump right into it and go. Look, we got 5-10 minutes left. Your best match. Go. What's your best match?
He's still connecting. He can hear us, right?
Oh yeah, he can hear us. So
he just can't say shit.
He can't say shit because he's trying to fix his mic. His lovely mic he got on Prime Day. So I hope everybody got into the Twitter account, into Instagram, and was like, and really let him know how they feel about his lovely mic. He's very proud of his mic.
All the bird nights.
Yeah. So he's still connecting.
Yeah, what the fuck is taking him so long to connect? You just got to hit the button that says join audio.
Oh shit! Wait, where is it?
There you go. We got the sound effects back.
Yeah. The real good sound effects, not the. Oh, you know what I found? I don't know if this one will play. Listen to this. Nope. Good day, sir. I found that. I don't know why I found that, and I was like,
I don't know what you're going to use that for, but you got to hit us with that sometime.
Yeah, I got to figure out how to not. Like I got to trim it. Like this thing doesn't trim too well. Like this is when I hit the button. Count how long it takes for it to actually happen. I hit the button. So, okay. Oh Lord. Okay. Wait. Now, Julian, you are live, and the show is happening. Do not say anything outside of the show right now, because the show is an hour and 15 minutes in right now.
Oh wow.
So it's great. We let them know that you were running late, and we shit it all over you. I'm just gonna tell you right now.
Wow.
We were like, you know what? That son of a bitch and his contract, and this is what he does after giving Grant shit. This is what he does.
You know.
Yeah.
Let me just say this: I'm here from the Rocky Mountains. Okay, I just did a 6-mile hike. Okay, because that's what men do, Grant.
Whoa.
Well, do you know what else men do? They show up on time.
Oh. Hey, at least I showed up. You know.
Oh,
You know.
shit.
You know.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
Listen.
Come on.
I don't know how much I can contribute.
Are you out of breath right now? All that fucking hiking you're doing?
Man, I did some elevation, man. Yeah, I'm okay now. I just came back down, but no, I'm high in the Rocky Mountains here in Estes, Colorado, just outside of Boulder. Okay, big Van Vader country. And yeah, I just conquered a mountain. What did you do today, Grant? Huh? Make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
wow.
That's about it. Wow.
Holy shit.
He does have me there. I didn't really do much other than that.
Well, let's do this. Julian,
Real,
just talking
real
about
quick, though.
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick
go ahead.
though. This is like the best Julian's mic has ever sounded.
Yeah, in the fucking Rocky Mountains.
And I'm outside and I'm just using my phone and
it sounds
I don't know.
great. It sounds absolutely amazing. This is the best vocal quality I've heard in the 16 weeks we've been doing this show.
Well, you know, we'll have a deep dive on my microphone I bought from clearly from China recently. It's got a lot of quirks, and you know, maybe buying American is the way to go. You know what I mean? Maybe. But what match are you on now? I just want to say, my blanket statement. I have not watched all of this stuff. I've been out. There's been so much stuff that happened over the weekend, the Ric Flair thing and whatnot. Yeah, I do think that Bianca and Becky Lynch, which I've certainly absorbed and watched. I thought that was a 4-star match, contender for match of the year.
Oh, he's what? Wait, what? Okay,
I'm sure you already covered it. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't go out without me giving my 2 cents on that match as a 4-star match.
No.
And potentially a match of the year candidate.
No, I got you. Did you finish SummerSlam or where'd you stop? So I know.
Stopped at the Mysterios versus Logan Paul. And Logan Paul. No. How did it go? It went I'm conflating things. Judgment Day against the Mysterios. Yes. That's where I stopped.
Okay. So that's where we'll stop there. So going back to your Becky Bianca match, like I said, I noticed that something happened to Becky's shoulder in the match, and I told my son, you know, something's going on here. And now the news has come out that she popped it out.
Oh, I'm sure. That was from that double arm, whatever, the face plant thing. My wife's asking, come here. So anyway, yeah, so no, I think she suffered that when she took that double arm face plant thing.
Okay.
And like went right on her shoulder, and it just made a thud, and she didn't get it. She didn't break her fall whatsoever. And then after that, she kind of dealt with. I think she had another good stuff. Everything they did on the outside was like really snug. It was like the best outside the ring sequence I'd seen in a while. And,
yeah, but when she
match
took that,
of the year,
it all hurt.
But
yeah,
when
it's a match of the year candidate.
Wait, but when she took that suplex on the outside.
Oh, that looked, yeah, it was all, and that whatever move, probably my favorite little move counter sequence I've seen in a long time was her going for the disarmer, and then Bianca crawled her way all the way out to the ring and turned it into her almost FU flippy floppy thing she does, torture rack slam, whatever they call it.
KOD.
That was rough too, man.
The KOD, I think, is what either popped it back in or aggravated it even more, because of how she has to come down. Like,
yeah.
So I noticed a lot going into that. And like I said, I thought they started pretty fast. Like I thought the adrenaline was pumping, where they were kind of doing what I, basically blame Thunder Rosa for doing. It's just going too fast. Nothing's translating. Everything is just move, move, move. I thought they started like that, which made it a little bit sloppy, but they slowed it back down. Like the adrenaline, started to flow correctly. And
Yeah. Man, I don't
else,
need everything to be this Randy Orton stare at each other thing all the time.
Well, no, I'm
So
not
I get
saying
what you're
that.
saying, but
Yeah. I
you
just,
gotta start fast sometimes. I mean, shit. Like,
well, no, I just thought it was like too fast where they weren't, like some of it started to look sloppy. Like I'm saying,
Yeah.
like they weren't giving the actual.
well, I mean, that thing
yeah,
that hurt Becky was sloppy for sure.
yeah.
I mean, I guess my thing is, yeah, I say 4-star match because you don't need to have like, I don't know, the most pillowy, blankety, injury-free match in the world to be a 4-star match. In fact, you might need to be a little snug and get a little bumped up and whatnot to get all the way up to that, right? I just thought it was good because it was just, I thought, it was a good match, solid hometown babyface won, great way to start the show. And then, of course, it just felt like NXT. Felt like it was laid out like an NXT match from, the Triple H era. And then all the NXT girls came out, and I love Io Shirai and,
Io Sky. Io Sky.
Io Sky. They changed her name.
Wait, here's the thing. And
She's
we
the
talked about
genius of the
this.
sky.
Wait,
But
but
she's
yeah.
Io Shirai.
Literally, Corey Graves is sitting there calling her Io Sky. And I went, but the
Not her
graphic on the screen, like the graphic on the screen
Right.
has Io Shirai. What the
Right.
fuck? Like, we can all read.
Yeah, he was mostly good, but he was sort of bad all night. I don't know. Yeah, no, I can understand. So she hurt her shoulder, huh? She popped it back in.
Apparently, somehow it got popped back in. She finished the match with it, so they didn't end the match early because of it. I guess everything went as it was supposed to go. The false finishes, the real finish, all that's not that. All that was part of the plan, but yeah, it came out that shoulder came out, which makes sense to me now. That makes sense. So when she literally offered up her left hand, because I think she's right-handed, when she offered up her left hand, it's because she can't raise her right.
Yeah, well, she's better than Grant. So moving on.
What, as a wrestler? Of course she is.
Or maybe a person. I'm not sure. So you've gone full heel, okay? You went full heel in the last few weeks, and
They're laughing at you, Julian. They're laughing at you.
Oh, they? They?
Yeah, the in studio audience.
Oh, you guys are doing it in studio now, huh? I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. We all showed up to work today. So
Okay. Well, did you get to the next match, the Miz Logan Paul?
yeah, what? Yes, go ahead. Start with Ms. Logan Paul then, because I think me personally, I didn't mind it. I just was not enthused to see it. So you go right ahead.
Well, you probably weren't enthused to see it because of Miz.
No, at least for me,
no.
it was the other side of the match. I'm always up for watching the Miz.
I don't know. I thought he's very physically impressive. I thought he was fine. He looks like he's in good shape. It's definitely they had a chance to, like, obviously they rehearsed and had a lot of time for just this one match. So grading him as far as performance is kind of like, it's a little weird. It's kind of like he gets this extra time, and it's he's definitely a rookie, but he gets like all the time in the world to do one match, but he didn't embarrass himself whatsoever. The frog splash to the outside was amazing. A lot of his little athletic things that he did were really good. I think he looked good. I think he'll be good at this thing. I just think that we gotta maybe see what else we can do with him outside of this Miz stuff, because the storyline was really kind of cringy with the whole balls stuff and
Well, yeah.
I don't know, and I don't understand Tommaso Ciampa.
Playing a stooge, playing a stooge.
Playing a stooge and dressing his outfit, his walkout look just didn't match him, and I think he needs to get separated as soon as possible and turn on Miz and become as serious as he can be, like he was in NXT when he was at his best. And then he probably will now. Triple H is in charge and everything because he like loves him like a son or something, like a bearded 50-year-old son.
But weren't you okay with Butch?
Okay was, but like before he was, in general as a wrestler.
No, I'm just saying I feel the same way about Pete Dunne as you just said you felt about Ciampa, of just what are they doing with Pete Dunne and Ciampa?
Yeah, if they book him strong and a badass and whatever kind of, maybe it would behoove them to have a lighter weight class. You know what I mean? At this point, and maybe get some of those smaller guys in a serious division with each other and let them kind of, let the smaller, strong style, whatever guys have their own division. That'd be cool. Maybe, and you could fill it with all kinds of NXT folk that are kind of small. Then you don't have to worry about having them in the secondary title game or the world title game until maybe one of them gets really over, and then you go from there. But I think it'd be cool if they had a cruiserweight. I think you get a little nostalgia. You get you could bring some lapsed fans back if you did something that was the lineage of the WCW cruiserweight title and you did it in WWE and did it right. You don't have to call it WCW, just call it the cruiserweight title. Do it again, but do it for real this time without a senile old man who pays women to do things to him
Censor
for
him,
millions
Greg.
and millions of
Censor him.
dollars.
What?
Maybe.
Here we go. Good day, sir. Told you. I figured out where we're gonna use that.
Wow. So anyway, man, that's what's going on there. I think it could be good. I'm not fawning over the match, but I'm mostly impressed with Logan Paul, and I'm giving him a chance, and I'm not hating. And he's got a big audience, and he's got a chance, and he took it seriously. He looked pretty good, but yeah, I want to see him do something else before I sign off on this Logan Paul thing. But he did a lot better. His brother Jake just had a fight canceled at Madison Square Garden, so it's been a weird week for the two Paul brothers.
So, after saying all that, do you think, or are you interested in Logan Paul beyond this match? Like, do you see him having a decent career in the WWE?
Right. I see. I don't know, but I mean, I'm interested beyond this match. But he has to. I think he could be serious. I have no idea. No idea.
Have they ever had someone else like this before, like that type of celebrity that wants to stick around?
There's never really been a celebrity like this before. So, like, they're new. They're like new people.
Wow. What are you listening to?
I'm not listening to anything. I'm out at an establishment. I could not. They have so many rules in Colorado. I can't even. I'll tell you about the rules in Colorado later. But there's a lot of rules. All the rules.
A lot of Colorado rules.
Just give me a minute. I'll give you a topic. The next match. Continue.
Yes, the next match. Continue. What's that? So next match is the Mysterios match. Is that where we at?
I think so.
Okay. So I don't know how you feel about it.
I think you and I talked about it. It's kind of one that, like, I don't know. I should be more into this because I fucking love Finn Balor. And I just don't know if I'm okay with this yet. Like, I don't know if I'm into it. The whole Judgment Day thing.
Yeah, I'm just not.
Like, they didn't give it enough time to grow. Like, I don't know why they exist other than Edge had mind control for a second and then he doesn't. And now Edge is out. And, like, so I don't know what to do.
Well, wait. So now that Edge is back, what what do you do there? Like, do you have him go after the Archer and Finn and leave Rhea Ripley to do what?
Well, he has to go after everyone. I feel like he was only there for he was only the leader for like a month or a couple months or something as the buildup went. So like, I don't I don't know why he was kicked out. I don't know, like AJ's already out of this storyline, and I don't know what else to do with this situation because I already don't care. And then they're trying to add more to it, which I don't care about that either. And I don't know if it's just with Edge's involvement of I don't know what they're doing with Edge. I don't know if this is just to give him something to do now that he's back and he's signed, but maybe he's hurt. And so like the Judgment Day stuff, I don't know, maybe it has to play out more. Maybe that's what I'm complaining about is that like there was not enough of a story already. And now you're asking for a new leader and a new direction and a new reason why this group even exists, I guess. And other than there's just mind control over Debo at some point.
Yeah.
Julian? Oh, is Julian still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Listen, they had the same entrance as the spooky people from AEW. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like the lights from behind. So, yeah, and like I don't know, Rhea Ripley like beat up Ray's daughter, and then also beat up Ray.
Yeah. But do we know why?
To get a check for Ray's daughter. Like, this is all to get checks for each individual member of Rey Mysterio's family. Like, his uncles and cousins are going to start popping up in segments.
Yeah.
It's going to get wild. Before this man retires, he's going to get a check cut for every single Tia and Tio and everything in his family. And that's the way you go out as a legend for real. You don't care about your last match because you'll probably get your Baron Corbin, if you're Kurt Angle, right? Because he's such a fitting final match, right? No, don't worry about that. Just get as many checks cut for your family for doing segments as humanly possible. And that's what this whole thing is all about, baby. So,
Are you being serious? Do you think that's actually what it is?
fuck yeah. That is
Have you ever had his beer? Have you had a Victoria beer yet?
Of course I've had Victoria beers. He's been sponsored by, it's great. So he's sponsored by Victoria. He's been sponsored by Modelo. He's Corona at one point. So he's on his third beer company, but I think they're all kind of related. They're all under the same import company, but they are separate beer companies. But he's bouncing around. Yeah, no, he's got endorsements. This is the retirement plan: is get as much money at the end, and he doesn't really care. Put me against the spooky people. Who cares? So long as he's on TV and pay-per-views, and he is over. He's a legend.
Yeah, my question for you then is, because I know you love yourself some Mysterio.
Oh yeah.
My question for you is, what happens when Ray goes away? Do they keep Dominic? Because Dominic can work.
Yeah.
Dominic knows what he's doing, it seems like, to an extent, but like his look is not there.
No, he needs some vitamin T.
I feel like his only charisma is because his dad's next to him.
And that's not enough charisma. Like,
no, that's a gimmick. David Flair had a little of that too.
Yeah, and I hate to put him in that boat, but that's
he's way better than David Flair. Come on.
No. I'm saying that blandness boat. It's like, okay, there's nothing about you that pops. Like, you're just bland. And Dominic is just bland. I mean, he's obviously a much better wrestler, but
he is Mexican fried vanilla ice cream. Yeah, I know. He's
bland. So I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't too fond of what was going to happen in that match. I mean, anytime you see Rey Mysterio do a couple of things, you're just like, oh yeah, that's Rey. But there was nothing about me that was like, I gotta see what the Judgment Day does here. Like,
Yeah.
that's not gonna
And then,
happen.
of course, it ended with Brood Edge, who really, I laughed that it was like a Rick and Morty joke to me that he came out to a very, ground level floor and just brought his stairs so he could be upper level. So he walks out on ground level, gets into a lift, goes up to
Come back down.
whatever to come back down. I'm sorry.
what I
I'm
call it-
sorry, but that was unnecessary and really goofy. And whatever. So, but he came out to like a Brood song, kind of a remix. Cool jacket, bro. Maybe he'll be good again. I don't know. I don't mind Edge at the end of the day.
No, you don't mind Edge, but you got to kind of go, okay, what's the direction of his character? Like, again,
Kill
the
everybody, I
crowd,
guess.
yeah, well, the crowd accepts Edge for Edge being Edge, but like what happened here was a creative difference that caused him to be removed from the group, and now you're backtracking because now now you got to fix it. So it's what it is. I get it, but I wasn't moved to seeing it. But here's the deal: we'll do a part 2 of this so we can actually get the rest of Julian's input on the rest of the show, because I don't want to go over the stuff he hasn't seen because it will literally
I also got
ruin.
Theory Bobby Lashley.
No one cares about Theory Bobby Lashley.
I got 2 things to say about it. One, I
Go
didn't
ahead.
think it was bad. I thought that Bobby Lashley looked really, really over in that crowd. I thought the venue was great for this show. Period.
Yeah. I was about to say,
Loved it.
we talked about that. It kind of had the 92 SummerSlam vibe. It was
Man.
big enough and
Big.
so we talked about that. We sat there saying we had just watched SummerSlam 92, and this kind of reminds us of the way it was set up and everything. It was like it's kind of got similar structure styles. So I like when they do outside. It's almost as good as
when they do outside. I feel like SummerSlam should always be outside in a stadium. It just should always be out. That should be like the gimmick of the event. I think it should be in a summery place on a football stadium, man. It should be outside if you can. So I thought it was a great choice of venue. I don't think they've ever actually done anything there, so that's pretty cool. And then anyway, I thought that it was a good barometer of who is over and who is not this audience, because this is a good sample size of human beings. And Bobby Lashley was over, man. So I think that's cool. I think that they should just keep a nice big 4 heavyweight guy at the top thing going for a while and just play it out. I think Drew should. I don't know. Maybe Drew should win.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Somehow they got to give Drew his WrestleMania moment in front of people.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so if you look at it from that standpoint, I mean, I'm not saying that that's a definite, but at some point, as much as he did for you during the COVID era of WWE and playing in front of no fans, at some point you have to give him that moment in front of fans.
Oh, you mean like making Bailey the host of WrestleMania?
Ding dong.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good payoff for what she did for the pandemic.
Yeah. To sit there and actually had to work with Hogan, Hall, and Nash at the last second, and they all looking at her like, I know you, right? You used to hug people. Like you had the buddies. Like you're the one with the buddies, right? Like I get it. Why'd you cut your hair? Like you just had Kevin Nash looking at her like, okay, you're not Sasha. You're the other one.
Yeah, which one are you?
Which one are you? You're a horsewoman. I get it. I can't get all your names straight. I know Charlotte.
You're a woman. You're a woman.
Like it was just like after all of what she did and basically kept that show on the air, that's what you give her.
Yeah.
The first time in front of people back from COVID, you're like, yeah, you'll just host it. Be in the back with Titus.
Has it been long enough to fire Titus yet? without, flack.
No, I think Titus has a job forever. I think after he got reprimanded with trying to save Vince McMahon from bumping into somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
After he
After he got
Somebody-
reprimanded for fucking being nice to somebody.
yeah, I think his lawyer went, so this could go one of two ways.
After Vince McMahon had a flashback to the 60s.
Exactly. How dare you touch me?
How
No.
dare you? Who is
but-
this? Does he work for me? Sick the
Right.
dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think his lawyers are like, yeah, you're going to work here forever. I mean,
Maybe
you're good. You're good. Don't have to worry about anything. You're good.
you gotta find out Titus got like $5 million payoff for some other shit.
I know, right?
He dropped the N-word in the back and just like that's part of the investigation too. It's like, whoa,
Whoa. Wow.
permanent job. Oh, hey man,
Wow.
anything goes with old man Vince now.
Holy shit.
I
Well,
just like that
on-
Julian was still Vince laughing during the whole thing.
yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
yeah, this is scary. So on that note, folks, like, subscribe, Grant, get us out of here. Tell them what they need to do.
Oh, don't be like Julian and hang out on the mountain. Watch you come back.
Yeah, and we'll have part 2. And we are the Fabulous Threebirds. We'll see you next week.